another video. Still feeling a bit under the weather, so I'm not doing an intro this week, but I did a little bit more in Python. I went through some of the data types, so arrays, sets, dictionaries, and tuples. And I also worked on slicing in Python. So today, I also did some of my React project, but I just want to kind of keep this as a Python recap for now until I feel like I've kind of moved past Python. But because I'm really having fun with Python and enjoying learning it, I kind of want to keep this so I can see my progress within Python. So that's just a quick heads up for all of you. But yeah, today we're gonna go into tuples. So before we do that, I kind of mentioned the 4 main ways to store data types in Python. So there's lists, which are like an array, right, with the brackets. There's sets, which have the curly brackets. There's a dictionary, which is the curly brackets, but it has key value pairs in the inside. And then there's a tuple, which has the parentheses, which actually doesn't matter. It's the comma in a tuple that matters. So these are the main ways to store data. And as I mentioned, we're doing tuples today only because the other languages I know currently do not support tuples. So this is my first time ever learning what a tuple is. So let's get into it. As I mentioned, a tuple is defined with the parentheses, but it is the comma that really makes it. So let's put 1, 17, and 32, right? And then we'll do print tup1. Let's run this, and 1, 17, 32. So now another way to do this would be tuple, right? And then we're going to do ABC. And we're going to say tup2 equals. I apologize, my computer has been very slow today. I don't know what's going on with it, so I apologize for any lag you see while I'm typing. Now we're going to print the second tuple that I just made, and we're going to run it, and it came out with ABC. So those are just 2 of the ways that you can really define a tuple. And then in regards to changing it or updating it, there's really no way to do that because they're immutable and you're not able to change the tuples. So the only thing you can really do is just kind of delete it. So you would do delete, and it would be tup1. So now if we try to print tup1, it shouldn't let us. Yep, so it called it at first, and then it went to ABC, but then because on line 11, if you see down here, tup1 is no longer a tuple, so that was deleted. So that is how you can delete tuples once they are defined. That is the most that you can do as far as changing them, because as I mentioned before, if I wanted to change this to A, B, to C, D, or E, I couldn't change to D, C, or E because they're immutable. So if it is something that you want to change or update, then you could simply just go with an array or a list in Python terms. My apologies. Another thing that you could do is to do, I'm not too confident on the syntax, but I believe it's tuple 1 and 0 to get the first item. Yep. So similarly to lists, right? The way that these are numbered is this is the 0 index, this is the first index, and this is the second index. So it goes 0, 1, 2. So if we want to print out an index in the tuple, you can print out, it would be tuple 1, or we'll do tuple 2, 1, right? And so you put the brackets, kind of similar to when you're calling an array, trying to get the index of an array. So if we print this out, we should get B. And there it is. So that's kind of how you can also grab a certain index in an array if you know that you want to get the second one or the first one. But yeah, that is tuples in a nutshell. They're very simple. I know that things are going to get a little bit more complicated as I learn more of the language, but I'm really, really enjoying Python and how easy it is and easy to understand. I may do a bigger one on dictionaries because I know dictionaries are huge in Python. I know that they're big in other languages as well. I mean, I use them for JavaScript and for coding challenges and things like that. So there may be, my video next week may be more deeper dive into dictionaries. But yeah, I hope that you enjoy this video, and I apologize it is late again, but next week it will be on time, I promise.